Good morning, trading world. It is February 28th, 2022, 7:18 a.m., the last day of the month. And this is my pre-market outlook and technical analysis for day trading the SPY. The title for today's outlook is Dissonant Market Concepts. Those of you that follow my posts for a while may know that my trading is a combination of three types. I would like to consider my trading style a mix of maybe 75% technical analysis, 15% quantitative trading, and 10% fundamental trading. One of the most underrated qualities of a great trader, in my opinion, is knowing when to step back, meaning decrease or increase position size, or sit on your hands, meaning not trade at all. Dissonance in the market means not being in harmony. And as a trader, we deal with dissonance in varying degrees often, whether it's between time frames, between indicators, or trading concepts. Each day, I try to give a main thesis with an alternate thesis. My main thesis is a technical analysis driven with probabilities based on quantitative methods and or transactional order flow. There are times when the technical analysis isn't in harmony with the quantitative or fundamental side of things. And this is usually my cue to take a step back or sit on my hands. As a trader, I feel like this is something you will forever be striving to get better at. Forever chasing this. I usually don't give too many words to those type of days, much except for emphasizing that an alternative thesis or move could be explosive when too many people stack up on one side of a potential decision area. And if it happens, this is something to grasp in your own way based on your trading style, when to step back. All right, with that out of the way, let's get to key levels to watch for today. All right, here we go with the key levels of the day. Starting on the resistance side, the Jack resistance area is going to be 431 to 432. The Queen resistance area is going to be 434 to 438. And the King resistance area is going to be 433 to 445. On the support side, the Jack support is going to be 430 to 429 area. The Queen support is going to be 427 to 426 area, and the King support is going to be the 425 to 424 area. Now, I know you all are probably looking at this. There is a very wide range on the Queen resistance area. And because there is such a wide range on the Queen resistance area, we're going to place emphasis on the 436 to 437 area as a battleground to break out higher. And with such a large Queen resistance area, look for the market to try to convert the 435 area to support. And build momentum to go higher from there. The main thesis today is bullish, closing above the 437.75 with a projected higher possible target of 441 to 445. The alternate thesis is bearish, closing below the 437.75 with a projected low or target of 427, 425. The current channel we are in is 453, or the major channel is 453 all the way down to 425. And the minor channel that we are in is 443 down to 431. Although there is a bullish outlook for the day, the week has a bearish outlook with a retracement down to 427. Yes, today is a day where there is a lot of dissonance between my trading concepts, so be careful. And with the VIX this high, I find it hard to trust any rally. If you need a more accurate version of the VIX, watch the dollar and bonds. All currency is not a great place to be, but the dollar is still the cleanest shirt in the dirty clothes pile. In any real scare, money will run from equities back into bonds. Let's get into the scenarios of the day. All right, the first scenario that we have is going to be our expansive range day structure. And what we're looking for today, the blue line here represents the previous close. And between the first two scenarios, this area is going to be very, very crucial. The expansive range day, as I may project today, will favor a trend day up. But what we're looking for on this expansive range day is a trend up and crossing over the previous close, and maybe a few retracements. And again, there's a lot of emphasis on this 435 area. If we can get to it and get over it, it could be used as support a good portion of the day to kind of bounce and gather energy to go higher. And what's going to make this the expansive range day is, of course, first the cross above the previous close, and then at the end of the day, or possibly after market, the fall back below that range. So this is the expansive range day that I see. As always, range days, there are so many different variations that can take place. So you have to be very careful and watch for convergence. And that is price action being in harmony with your indicators. So that's going to be very important to watch once we cross over the previous close. So that is our expansive range day, and because of the dissonance, there is not a lot of separation probability wise for day types today. All right, let me bring up the next scenario. All right, here we are with the next scenario, which is our rounded reversal day type structure. We could get a continued rally toward queen or king resistance area and find midday chop around either the queen or king resistance area before spending the same energy or force we use going up to come back down the second half of the day. And one of the things that you'll notice, and I find a little comical, is that the scenarios are so close today that the probabilities for the expanded range day and rounded reversal day are the same. So it just means you really have to be on guard for every type of scenario to happen today. All right, that is the rounded reversal day type. And again, the key point of this day type in identifying it is that at the cash open, we usually continue like a rocket in whatever direction the momentum is going before the open. So with momentum going to the upside, we should continue straight up. But once we get through the cash open, the most identifying feature of a rounded reversal day is going to be the divergence. The divergence in volume. If we're going up, there's going to be a divergence in bullish volume. There should be a divergence in your indicators. So as price action continues to trend up, you should see divergence with everything else as far as your bullish volume, your indicators. Everything should be a slight difference as far as price action goes. And then once we get to the midday chop, you should definitely notice the divergence in your indicators. As price action pretty much goes sideways, you should see your indicator have a slight or more pronounced trend away from the price action or down. So those are the things to watch out for on the rounded reversal day type structure. And let's bring up the last scenario. All right, on the last scenario, we have what may turn out to be a trend day down. This is the least probable of day types today, but it is still possible that we could have a trend day down. And on a trend day down, we open gap down from the previous close, and we should get some type of rally back toward that previous close to try and fill the gap. However, we find resistance on or before the previous close, then begin the downtrend for the morning. And we will find our midday chop around either the possible queen or king support area. And usually the second half of the day starts with a head fake to look towards continuing the morning trend before reversing and giving us a slight rally going into the close, or a big portion of the second half of the day. There is a vice versa on this, which to me is even more unlikely, which means we would have a lot of ground to cover before the cash open to get us back to a situation where we open gap up. So those are the scenarios for today. Like I said, usually the important lesson of the morning is when you have dissonance or things are not in harmony. These are days that you want to try to take a step back, either by not trading your normal or entire size, or just sit on your hands completely. So that is the takeaway from today's pre-market outlook. Please know and understand your risk, because again, with VIX this high, it is hard for me to trust any rallies. With that being said, as always, wishing you a successful days of trading. Have a great one. Hope this helps.